The New York Auto Show underway this morning with many of the big names rolling out new electric vehicle models. Our Phil LeBeau joins us for a first-on interview with a special guest. Over to you, Phil.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Carlos Tavares, CEO of Stellantis, joining us in front of the Ram 1500 Rev, which you just basically showed to New York for the first time there at the Javits Center. Carlos, I'm curious, when this vehicle comes out, do you look at the electric Ram as basically taking people from the ICE version into the electric version, or do you think that the pickup truck market could expand?
No, I think the pickup truck market can expand because we are removing, with our brand new Ram 1500 Rev concept, pure EV concept, we are removing a lot of barriers in the mind of our consumers, starting with a stunning range of 500 miles. By offering a 500 miles range for a pure EV pickup truck, we are removing a lot of barriers, which then means that we expect the market to grow, possibly first in the coastal areas, and then progressively will come inland as the technology progresses.
By the time this comes out late next year, Carlos, the EV market will probably be about 10% of the U.S. market. Right now it's 7.2%. Where's the tipping point, in your opinion, where you really start to see EV adoption accelerate here in the United States? Or are we constrained because of battery as well as EV assembly constraints that are on the system right now?
You are right to point that factor. In fact, the market will grow as fast as we will be able to protect affordability. The affordability is going to be the driving factor to grow the BEV market. That's going to be number one. Of course, we expect that in the transient period, we'll be supporting the customer with subsidies, which is, of course, what is going to happen with the Inflation Reduction Act. And that support is needed to protect affordability for the final customers. What we have to do in our industry is to cut costs. This is exactly what we need to do to make that affordability a consequence, a natural consequence of the cost structure, which currently is not. Currently, we are focused on the performance, and our best-in-class Ram 1500 Rev pickup truck is demonstrating that we are bringing the best performance of the segment.
Carlos, you were talking about affordability. I want to ask about the broader market. The average pickup truck right now in the U.S. costs about $54,000, $55,000, way too rich for the liking of a lot of people. As we see the market start to cool off a little bit in terms of pricing, do you expect vehicle prices overall to continue to trend down? Have we, in a sense, said, okay, we know what the ceiling is, they're going to start to come down from here?
Well, it's normal. It's normal that we see more pressure on the pricing because we are coming out of a very long period of scarcity. The scarcity that was created by the shortage of the semiconductor components. So it's normal that stepping out of that scarcity period, there is more pressure on the pricing. This is going to be possibly come back to the period that we knew in the pre-COVID times. But while we are considering that possibility, we also need to think about how many billions of dollars we are investing in the electrification of our models. This is going to be, of course, very important, and the companies that do not have a very strong free cash flow generation will possibly put themselves in trouble. So we need a strong investment. In Stellantis, we are going to invest $35 billion in electrification. We start now this year in 2023 our BEV offensive with our Ram pickup truck and our ProMaster EV that will start sales this year. But while we come back to more normal conditions in the market with more pricing pressure, we need to keep in mind that not only we have to cut costs on the EV technology, but continue to invest massively in this new technology.
And those investments continue in the billions of dollars. Carlos, we're a little tight on time. We will catch up in person next time. I want to ask you about inflation and what you're seeing there, but we'll save that for another time. Carlos Tavares joining us from the Javits Center in front of the new all-electric Ram pickup truck. Carl, I will send it back to you.